Since ancient times, the Vietnamese have been famous for their feats of conquering nature, as evidenced by the story of Sun Ten, Tui Ten. Sun Ten. If someone said that in just 6 months, the Vietnamese turned a vast sea area into land, and are even preparing to build $1 million city on it, would you believe it? At first, it sounds like science fiction, but it's a reality happening in Can Geo, where Vingroup is implementing a $10 billion sea reclamation super project. A project considered to have one of the world's fastest construction speeds, even called a global record by experts. The project is named Vinhome's Green Paradise, temporarily translated as a green paradise in the middle of the sea. First, let's talk a bit about Can Geo, the chosen location for building a city in the sea. Can Geo is located south of Ho Chi Minh City, about 50 kilometers from the center. It is one of the rare coastal districts of the most populous city in the country. Looking at the map, Can Geo resembles an arm of Ho Chi Minh City reaching out to the East Sea. Surrounded by a mangrove forest spanning over 75,000 hectares, recognized by UNESCO as a World Biosphere Reserve. Here, one side is the lush green mangrove forest, the other is the vast East Sea, with waves and layers of alluvium deposited over hundreds of years. This pristine, wet land, seemingly unsuitable for high-rise buildings, was chosen to become a future city in the ocean. But this is also an extremely difficult problem, as Can Geo's sea is not golden sand like Nha Trang or Phu Quoc, but an alluvial sea with murky water and terrain formed by multiple sediment layers. Notably, adjacent to the project planning area is the 75,000-hectare mangrove forest, recognized by UNESCO as a World Biosphere Reserve. Therefore, to conquer this land, Vingroup applied one of the world's most advanced sea reclamation technologies. A technology that previously only Dubai and the Netherlands had the conditions. Dubai is famous for its modern technology to expand land area over the years, building exemplary super cities from it. Meanwhile, the Netherlands has a tradition of conquering the sea, turning water into land for hundreds of years. We're talking about a $10 billion super project, the dream of building a city on the sea. The Vinhome's Green Paradise project has a total investment capital of about $10 billion. With a scale of 2,870 hectares, of which 1,357 hectares are sea reclamation area, meaning more than half of the project lies on a sea area once submerged and battered by waves year-round. The investor is Can Geo Tourism Urban Joint Stock Company, a member of Vingroup. Their goal is not only to create a resort urban area, but also a global symbol of a smart green city, combining tourism, resorts, golf courses, yacht ports, theaters, high-end elderly care facilities, and even a 108-story building, the tallest in Vietnam upon completion. If compared, Vinhome's Green Paradise is like a Vietnamese Dubai, but with its own identity, combining sea and mangrove forest, something no other country in the world possesses. So, what is the current geological structure of Can Geo like? Imagine you want to build a 50-story building, but the ground beneath is thick mud and saltwater. According to engineers' surveys, the top layer of Can Geo is soft clay sand mix, 18 to 24 meters thick. Below are layers of clay, semi-hard plastic sand mix, and only at a depth of 36 to 40 meters does it become solid enough to lay foundations for large structures. Can Geo has a geological formation similar to the Joc Song area in Ho Chi Minh City. Compared to Vinh Ton district, the two areas have similar geology. Vinh Ton has a weak geological layer on top, about 30 meters thick, while Can Geo is about 20 meters thick. The geology improves with depth. At 36 to 40 meters depth, both areas have a good soil layer where pile tips can be driven. And the secret lies in the sea reclamation technology, which is also the secret behind the record. This is also the part that surprises the world the most. Vinhomes is collaborating with many domestic and international consulting companies to propose optimal solutions and select sand spraying methods combined with balanced excavation and filling. It sounds complicated by name, but is actually very easy to understand. This is the art of earth filling with water, turning sand and mud into a solid foundation. How does this technology work? Basically, the project applies modern sand spraying technology, combined with a special balanced excavation and filling principle, meaning most of the filling materials are taken directly from water surface areas. Within the planting scope and then used to fill the land areas. Sand will be pumped in, leveled into a thick layer covering the weak mud surface. then compacted and spread with reinforcement for quick water drainage, hoping the soil can This sand layer both replaces the weak soil and creates a solid foundation, capable of bearing the load for urban constructions. The principle here is called vacuum consolidation, which means creating pressure for mud to drain water quickly, hoping the ground stabilizes in just a few months instead of waiting for decades. As for balanced excavation and filling, it means sand is taken directly from the planned sea area, where they dig lakes or create artificial islands. Thanks to this, they both have filling materials and create huge lakes. Like Paradise Lagoon, dubbed the world's largest artificial saltwater lake. In other words, they both dig the sea and create land. And these two processes compensate for each other, killing two birds with one stone, saving material, protecting the environment, and creating beautiful natural landscape. Not only that, this project is also proof of Vietnamese intellectual strength, daring to think, daring to do, and daring to lead. The world has had symbols like the Palm Jumeirah archipelago in Dubai. The Netherlands has its sea dike system, where Japan has reclaimed land to build airports, including Kansai Airport. But remember, all the above examples are top industrial countries, and most are very wealthy. Meanwhile, Vietnam, a country only in the middle income group, now dares to think big and act big. That's even more proud is that this technology ISN, but is customized specifically for Vietnam. Domestic engineers have collaborated with Dutch experts. The Netherlands is a country with about 1/3 of its area below sea level, from which they designed a foundation suitable for Cangio's alluvial mud. They apply a continuous thin layer sand spraying model combined with vertical drainage pipes, accelerating the mud drainage process. 3D geological simulation software, settlement measurement systems, all are digitized. And the amazing thing is, the entire construction site operates 24/7, with thousands of workers, engineers, and machinery operating. There's no longer a concept of nighttime in just 6 months, the volume of sand sprayed and filled reached tens of millions of cubic meters, equivalent to moving an entire mountain. The construction speed in Cangio can be said to be a world record, demonstrating the excellent construction and organizational capabilities of the Vietnamese. Just about engineering, yet. The indomitable spirit of the Vietnamese. Since ancient times, our nation has lived by the sea, confronting waves, storms, and erosion. But this time, the Vietnamese are not just living with the sea, but are proactively, confidently, and modernly building a city on the sea. This demonstrates Vietnam's new mindset, not only exploring rice and coffee, but also exploring urban planning technological capabilities, not just building houses, but creating international, attracting the global super rich, as Vinhome's representatives affirmed. And more valuable is their commitment to lifetime warranty for the project. If some science occurs, Vingroup will cover the repair and maintenance costs of such, a rare commitment that few corporations dare to make, because behind it is confidence in their own technology and construction quality. Cangio is not just an economic project, but also a green symbol. Alongside the urban area, Vingroup still maintains the mangrove forest replanting and conserving the environment, applying saltwater treatment technology, preventing erosion, maintaining ecological balance. They cooperate with Royal Haskoning DHV of the Netherlands, a corporation with 140 years of experience in sea and climate change. In CK Aqua of Switzerland, specializing in sludge treatment, desalination, and marine environment, meaning they are not just encroaching on the sea to exploit sand, but also to regenerate nature, creating a sustainable development model that the world needs to learn from. When completed, this place will have Vietnam's tallest 108-story tower, Blue Wave Theater, golf course, and 122-hectare entertainment area with safari, landmark harbor, international yacht port, and especially Vin New Horizon Retirement Urban Area, the first premium retirement model by the sea, all create an artificial paradise where people can admire the forest, admire the sea, and contemplate the horizon of the future. Perhaps 10 years ago, if someone said that Vietnam would have a city on the sea, many would have laughed. But today, it's really happening, with speed and scale that attracts world attention. In just half a year, Cangio has transformed from a muddy into a grand construction site brightly lit at night. Thousands of machines, hundreds of cranes, and countless people are working to realize that dream. And that is not just Vingroup's dream, but the dream of all Vietnam. The dream of confidently reaching out to the Great Sea, building with our own intelligence at hands. From the salt prevention dikes in the Mekong Delta, to the large sea projects in Kangia. That is the journey from being sea-dependent people to becoming sea masters. A journey not only with money but also with Vietnamese confidence, aspiration, and mettle. When the world asks Vietnam, what is special about you? We can smile and answer. We turn sea into land and turn dreams into reality. That is the spirit of Vinhome Green Paradise. The $10 billion super project in the heart of Kangia, where the new era of Vietnamese intelligence begins. Traveling through lands. Discovering new things. Don't hesitate, leave your feedback and we